good time to check in since we are at the beginning of a new Gregorian calendar year, 2017. Of course, that could be, I'm sure, widely disputed by so many people. Think we're in different years. And I'm now looking into the Mayan year, and that's like a whole other thing. But since we are mostly agreeing on the general calendar on this planet right now, Happy New Year. Greetings. I just got a new ukulele for Christmas. This is my new love. I got it from the lovely Marielle, a divine, divine soul. Alright, so let us dive into what is this new year? What are we doing? What intentions are we setting? I feel like maybe it's because I'm more acutely aware this year, but I feel like this is a really big step. Last year, 2016, was a huge cleansing year. Let's all be real, it was intense. Whether it was good or bad, it was intense. I had the best experiences of my life and the worst experiences of my life last year. And they were a couple months apart. I was at my highest high and my lowest low last year, and that's what I feel 2016 was about, is releasing this idea of duality. We are so caught up in the story of duality that it affects us obviously on a daily basis, and as we raise in consciousness into the fifth dimension, we are going to be remembering our oneness. So of course, as we shift, we're going to be bringing up all the things that are not conducive to oneness so that we can heal through them and raise in consciousness through them. For the last month or so, few months, I've known that 2017 was going to be a renewing of my goals. Since I got back to the States in October, I've really been in a real healing, cocooning, exploring space. I feel like I've grown in the last few months more than I have in years. Like, I feel like every day I'm a new person, and so now that I've gone through this few months, I'm like ready to go. I'm ready to step into this year and just break free like a running horse towards the things, because these last few months have really broken down a lot of belief systems and walls as to what is possible and who I am and what I should be doing. My awareness, I feel, has just exponentially increased. I had a very interesting experience a few weeks ago, what I would call an ego death. Now, I know a lot of people, you have an ego death and you experience this oneness, you experience this space, and then you kind of fall back into the ego. And I can do a video on that if anyone's interested. If you want a video on that experience that I had, it was amazing. I can do that. Just let me know if you want it. I had a realization within that few hours of being in that space, of realizing that if I stayed in that space, I wouldn't learn or grow anymore, because I felt oneness. I felt deep, deep satisfaction, and I realized that in this body I'm supposed to have an ego so that I can grow and learn through it. So I actually chose to step back into that ego space, which was really interesting. But now that I have an acute awareness of those two sides, and I've had that happen a few times, but this was much more intense, I feel like I have just a much better, wider view of everyday existence. So, with that being said, 2017 I feel like is going to be a pretty magical year. Do I think it's going to be intense? Hell yes. Do I think it could possibly be as or more intense in 2016? Yes. But in a different way. I think 2016 released a lot of stuff. But I think we've been releasing, we are now getting down to releasing down to our core essence this year. So it might be just as intense, but I don't feel like it's going to be quite as, it's just going to be different. I was going to say not as traumatic, but it just depends on how tightly you're holding on to those things. So it could be different for everyone. but I think this year is going to have a very different feeling to it. So starting off this year, I'm very acutely aware of what I want this year to look like. I am not going to specifically say my goals in this video, because they say oftentimes when you tell people your goals, you don't end up doing them, because the feeling you get when you tell someone is usually good enough to make you not want to pursue it, if that makes sense. Like, it's fulfilling enough. So I'm not going to tell you, but I have a lot of goals this year, which I have very intensely set out. My intention for this year personally is to break free of all the boundaries I'm holding on myself, to really create a space of believing everything is possible and really just like exploring. I'm going to be traveling, and I will be really just living in an authentic state, or as authentic as I can delve at this time, and I know it will become more and more authentic as I progress into this journey, which YouTube is going to have a very acute part of that. I have decided that I am going to be ramping up the videos that I do. I have some pretty exciting things I want to bring to this channel. I really want to explore this. I just so many things. So get ready. 2017 is going to be awesome, and I'm really looking forward to it. I want to talk about, as we step into 2017, this idea of 2016 and what that meant for all of us. A lot of people would say that 2016 was just awful. Just a year of everything just being really crazy and just things happening that none of us expected to happen. But I think we need to break down what 2016 was, because if we do not learn our lessons from 2016, we will repeat them in 2017. 2016 was extremely uncomfortable because we're all becoming acutely aware that our daily lives are not in alignment with our true essence as a planet, as individuals, just in general. We have been living in such disalignment that now that we're awakening, even if we're not consciously aware that we're awakening, we are becoming aware of the discomfort. And discomfort is great for growth, because if you are uncomfortable enough, you will shift. And 2016 was bringing up all the things that we have been stuffing down and ignoring. I think Donald Trump and all of those aspects of separation that he creates between people is a perfect example of seeing how much separation we actually do live in, so that we can bring it up and heal it to create oneness. Like I was saying before, you need to know separation to know oneness. So 2016 was a real wake-up call to where we were at, and I'm pretty sure most of us did not like it. 2016 was a cleaning of house. It was a time of cleansing, and if we can see it for what it was actually ridiculously necessary. You know, like when you go through a detox, it doesn't feel good through the detox, you know, and then afterwards you're like, oh, good. And we needed that, because coming into 2017 we are creating a more authentic version of ourselves, and if we are still holding on to what isn't in alignment with us, we can't do that on as deep a level as we need to be doing it right now. And if we don't step into that beautiful state of who we are at our core essence, which is, you know, ultimately oneness and connection with the universe and our divine beings, we won't shift the planet quickly enough for us to survive. And I don't mean that as being a downer. Like, I think we are pumping through this and getting through this, and it's really difficult, but don't forget, you chose to be on this planet during this time. Your soul knew it was going to be here for this awakening, so know that you are strong enough to get through this. We are the souls that were supposed to be creating this awakening. So have faith in yourself, because you're here for a reason. I believe 2017 is about releasing resistance and becoming our greatest versions. I think it's about really, really letting go of the fear of our greatness and stepping into it in a divine, loving, pure way. I think that's really important. I think we are getting to a space where we are pretty done with all of the separation and the things that are fake. It's no longer serving us, and we're no longer able to really breathe in it. So I think that's what this year is going to be, that recreating, that rebirth, the new beginning after the releasing. So with that being said, what are your intentions for this year? What is your truest essence? Because obviously you have a different expression of source than, say, I would or someone else does. So I think it's really important to say, what is going to create the most authentic life for myself? And that could be really huge things, because we've so been out of alignment that that may jar you when you really come to the realization of what that actually is going to look like. And I'm getting to a point where, like, the final few things I'm really attached to are heart-wrenching. They are, and it's getting to the point where it's like, I know I should let go of it, but then I'm so acutely aware of how much I don't want to. Because they're deep, they're really, really deep, and so it's a constant renewing and stepping into a new space. That even if I'm not going to let go of it right away, that I'm going to see it differently. I'm going to constantly be aware of my thoughts around it, so that I can be in a state of peace and harmony while working through this process. So one thing that I've decided to do this year, which I'm really excited about, is really setting concrete goals. I'm good at setting things. When I get really into wanting to do something, I'm like, I'm going to do it, boom, boom, boom. But it's usually big things. And I decided this year that I want to set goals for myself weekly, daily. So I was very excited when my mother got me this for Christmas, and it's just so lovely. And I'm a Taurus, so I love beautiful things. I love yummy, delicious foods and warm, cozy things. I like the nice things. I like being comfortable. And so when I see this, it's beautiful to me. I know I'm going to use it. It's not just a planner. It's this is something I want to look at every day. So I'm going to show you guys a little bit of what I'm doing. So this here is a folder. I did a New Year's ritual, and I do it every year over midnight, a releasing of the year before and a bringing in of the new year with gratitude. I use cards, I do candles, crystal work. It's very ritualistic. I find that to be very helpful. And then I talk to my guides, and they give me a bunch of information. So I have all of that in here. I'm not going to share that with you, obviously, but I put that all here so that I can remember what they said through the year. If you guys want me to do a video on my New Year's ritual, definitely comment down below, and I will let you know what that's about. I can kind of take you through step by step what that looked like. So then I have all of this here, and I have my month. So I'm not going to show you, because this year I'm really about keeping things to myself, keeping things ruminating until they're really set, because I find oftentimes if I talk about them again, the satisfaction of talking about them sometimes overrides the actual need to do them. So, but what I did was I have a goals page for the beginning of, see how beautiful this is. Oh, I love this. So I have my goals, and then there's notes. Like, look how gorgeous this is. I love this. And then I have my calendar here. So each day I have the Mayan seal and tone, and I have the wave spell for the Mayan calendar, then I have the moon cycle, and then each day I'm putting in what actually happened for that day. So at the end of 2017, I will actually have a journal of everything that happened and what day it was on and what the signs were around it. And then it comes into this section where it has like each day. And this, I'm setting my goals. So this has my video schedule on this side, and then over here is stuff that I did and I accomplished. So I'm really excited about that. So today I'm doing my opening 2017 video. Happy New Year! And I filled out my planner. I did this at about 2 o'clock in the morning. So, and then through here, through the different months, I have different goals for my book I'm writing. I have different goals for the channel, like all kinds of stuff. And again, also goals for travel. So as I do this, I'm filling this out so I can really be a key player in the reality I'm manifesting. And they say if you write things out, oftentimes that is a great way to manifest. So I'm really, really excited about that. So I'm really looking forward to this experience. I really want to become much more interactive with my viewers. So if you have any questions you have for me, I will be doing weekly Q&A videos, if I obviously have enough questions, which I hope I do. So if you really have any questions about my life, about different things I've talked about, just anything. I have a lot of videos scheduled that I already have subjects on, so if you suggest a video and I'm already doing it, I'll let you know. But yeah, if you have any questions, I love to comment back down to people, or if there's enough people wanting a video on something, I will definitely do it. Also my social media links, I'm always posting on Instagram. As I travel, that will definitely be a travel vlog, so definitely check that out if you want to be involved in that. That's down below. I now have a Patreon account. I'm going to be putting a video up on there soon to give you an idea of what I'm doing with that. I have my Etsy site, I have my Facebook, all of these things I am broadening and opening up this year. This is what I'm doing. My true essence needs to be traveling. My true essence needs to be free and wild and fully expansive, and I need to be stepping into my truest, greatest self, which is teaching and bringing community together and creating awareness and oneness and empowerment and all of the good yummy stuff. So that is what I am dedicating this year to, is full, true soul expression of what I'm doing here on the planet. And 2016 was the revving up year. I felt that, and it was my year to explore myself. And now that I've done that, I want to not only explore myself, but to go outward and really explore every aspect of the human existence. So that's what I'm doing. I hope you will join me on my trip. If you like this video, please give it a like. It really helps out the channel. And if you want to see more videos like this, or want to see my traveling, it looks like I'm probably going to have a travel buddy at some point, or for most of my trip, and we're going to be checking out all kinds of vegan stuff and spiritual communities and sustainable communities, and just like all this really cool stuff. We're going to be going around and exploring all kinds of amazing things, and we want you to tag along so you know that you can do it too. You can know how, if you want to go out on your own journey, like where the cool spots are and all of that. So that's what we want to do. So if you're interested in that, please hit subscribe. We'd love to have you along for the ride and connect with you. We want to do meetups and all that yummy, yummy stuff. So all the things, if you want. If not, I hope you have a beautiful day as well. So yeah, I hope you all have a beautiful day. I hope you are releasing the past year in a healthy and beautiful way. I hope you are with peace and hope and dedication to your soul growth going into 2017. And we'll be right here along with you, and very, very excited to explore this new year. So have a wonderful, wonderful day. Many blessings. Namaste. And don't forget, it's all about the soul journey. Bye!